Good God, look at the gas prices. How high can they go? Damn that Biden.
But why is the price of gas so high? Fact, the first 2 years of the new president, he is either riding the wave of success or failures of the last president. In 2008, President Obama inherited the Republican Great Recession from President Bush. It took time, but President Obama turned the economy around, creating a thriving economy with record oil production and gas prices were dropping. This is what Donald Trump inherited in 2016. But Trump was under pressure from American oil producers because where they were making good profits, it was not the super profits that they lusted for. In the eyes of the American oil companies, Obama's nuclear deal with Iran was adding 46 billion gallons of oil to the market per year. That, with the oil war with Saudi Arabia and Russia, which was producing so much oil, the American producers' lust for super high profits were being denied. By Trump pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal, he was also pulling 46 billion gallons of Iranian oil off the market. Then Trump blackmailed Saudi Arabia, telling them if they did not cut their production, he would take away all of our military aid. Because of that, Saudi Arabia cut their production by 40 billion gallons per year. Now, even though Trump issued plenty of drilling permits on public land, there was no requirement for those companies to actually drill. These American companies, oil companies, wanted to keep production low. That way they could keep prices high. Then COVID hit. Everyone was staying home, meaning less oil was being used. This meant oil companies' profits were low. The oil companies could have been producing enough oil to prepare for their going back to work, but these oil companies refused to produce enough oil to be prepared for America's return. The goal of these oil companies was to get high, super high profits, thus making up for those losses during the health crisis. This is what President Biden inherited from Trump, a nation on the verge of another Republican Great Depression like the one they gave us almost a century ago. Efforts to undo Trump's mess has been obstructed by Republicans in Congress who have held the Senate hostage with the filibuster. Remember, the Senate has a 50-50 split, and there are two Democrats, Joe Manchin III and Kristen Sinema, who have been siding with Republicans on this issue because they own a lot of stock in these oil companies. The answer is not to reward Republicans who are responsible for the high prices, rather to elect more progressive Democrats who will pass the president's agenda and lower prices and reward the American people.